What's the primary reason you're still single? I don't get feelings. I always end up in a causal relationship where we are more like FWBS because I'm emotionally dead. It never ends well because they always start to like me and want more. I stopped dating last year because of it. I don't find joy in casual sex either anymore. A woman from the bar a few weekends ago. I had to pretend I was too drunk to have sex, when the truth was that I just wasn't feeling it. I just don't feel anything anymore, not even sexual attraction. I don't know. There's a lot of reasons I can name for why I'm single that all just stack together. But I imagine all the anger and disdain I feel towards women in general does a lot of heavy lifting as to why I'm single. The hate I feel towards women leads me to zero motivation for a relationship. Zero motivation for a relationship leads to never even trying to find a relationship. Never trying for any kind of relationship with women leads me to isolating myself away from them. I have no time for anyone else RN. I don't really have it in me for any form of commitment. And I don't like other people in my home, and neither does my kid. Genuine emotional connection and physical attraction with who is okay with only being seen sporadically, who could also respect my boundaries and the fact I have my own life, that would be pretty cool. Have not met anyone like that in the wild. But honestly, I'm not really looking either. To quote Before Sunset, which I would definitely recommend watching even being alone. It's better than sitting next to your lover and feeling lonely. To be truly possible. But as long as I'm fine by myself, I don't want to downsize my expectations or settle just because it's the norm, hoping it would stay that way, which is hard to know for sure. Other than me generally being a mess, I'm still on the look for full-time work because my industry started to implode as soon as I graduated college, and trying to pivot has been difficult for me. I also decided that's a problem for 25 and older. So until at least 25 and comfortably employed, I don't care. Even after that, I don't really care right now. So unless a woman is attracted to me and tries to act on it, I'll probably just be content with friends for a while. Honestly. A lot of things. Ray, I have cried a bit, but I have a lot of trust issues due to being severely hurt from my previous relationship, and I'm still working through them and working on my mental health in general in therapy. And just trying to be the best person I can be so that when I do hopefully meet someone, I'll be able to be good to move forward with them if that's a possibility. I'm enjoying my own company. Sometimes people come to life just to bring unnecessary drama that I don't miss having it. I'm sure I have a trust issue, which isn't fair for my SO to have no trust in a relationship. I do want someone who I want to come back to when I have happy bad days, but that does come once in a while. For the moment, I really haven't found someone who is aligning with my beliefs, lifestyle, demeanor, goals, needs, and wants. Seems picky, I know. I don't want to settle, and I don't date people like they're a deck of cards to go through quickly, like a lot of people do nowadays. I give my attention and date with intention, which is slower going and unpopular also. A lot of people are not very well adjusted naturally and refuse to work on themselves. I'm happy and whole on my own, and I'd love to love someone, but everyone I've met just wanted to drain me instead of adding to my life like I would for them. Combination of things. My own issues, including trust issues due to being betrayed and cheated on. Then I moved across the country and didn't really know anyone. There were a few casual relationships that I thought had potential, but just never really happened. Haven't been able to get myself back out there this last year and a half or so. I'm lonely and depressed, but at the same time I've learned my lesson of dating just because you're desperate. Developed mental issues that led to being treated poorly by others. This caused a rather cynical, distrusting, and antisocial attitude for some time that resulted in poor social skills and lack of social or emotional understanding. Eventually I became aware of it, and I am getting there slowly. So I'm mostly focusing on finding work, etc. Now I have my law degree. Not actively meeting new people, but may have a chance coming up with someone I know. Found out in therapy that you seek out what you're familiar with because you know what to expect, which isn't helpful if you grew up in an unhealthy environment. To feel more comfortable accepting it, which you would think would be easy, but unfamiliar is scary, and seeking comfort from something that feels familiar when you're scared is a nasty habit to kick. Been through a lot of relationships. Learned and grew each time one ended. Each relationship more involved than the last. So progress, I guess. After my divorce last year though, I really don't care anymore. After a really shitty last year as well as back and forth games with my ex-wife in that time after the divorce, I let go. I'm finally happy again with myself as well as my position in life and satisfied with that. Well, the primary reason I'm still single is probably because I keep accidentally swiping left on my soulmate while mindlessly scrolling through men's ads disguised as posts, but hey, until then, I'm just enjoying the perks of being able to hog the entire bed and binge watch my favorite shows without anyone judging my questionable taste in rom-coms. I've had my fill of women and relationships. I'd been in one relationship to another. I don't believe in marriage, so I just dated a lot. 10. I had my son, then my ex. My son's mom had a kid whom I raised because she's a dumbass. After that, I very quickly realized these kids make my life complete. And to be clear, women aren't the issue. I've just had enough of dating. I'm perfectly happy being a single dad. I don't know, I guess it's just extremely difficult to find someone when you're a 43-year-old lesbian. I've been on countless dates over the years though. Countless. I've had hookups to really crappy, short-lived relationships, and that's it. And probably to ugly or to boring or both. I don't know. I've never had a problem attracting men. I know that much too bad. I'm not attracted to them. Focusing on myself for once in a long time, and unfortunately, dating someone makes me lose focus. Currently enrolled back in college. Killing it with a 4.0 this past year for once in my life. Working two jobs as well, a dog parent. So really it'd be selfish of me to date someone at this point in my life, as I wouldn't be giving my full and undivided attention to them. And that's just horrible. My last breakup was really rough, to the point where I really had to buckle down on myself, within myself, and address some things. All that said, I still love her, and regardless of us not being together, I don't have the need or feel the want to engage in that way with anyone else. And haven't since. I'm proud of where I'm at and how I've put energy into myself from this single-ish. After several long-term relationships leading to breakup and my heart having suffered from it, I'm much more careful being committing to a relationship. For better or for worse. I think in some ways, having had multiple breakups that have left my heart hurting, I don't want to put myself through that anymore without being really sure about a person. I completely lost patience in starting over with someone new. I'm still in love with my ex even though I moved on. For me it was the story of my life, to the point where any new situationship now just feels irrelevant or not worth it. Being in a relationship is anything but easy. I hope one day I'm good friends with a nice lady, take it from there. Because after 9 years of abuse, manipulation, being treated like a maid on multiple occasions of either being bullied into sex or just straight up sour from him, I knew I needed to take care of me. Also kinda hard to date when you flinch every time someone touches you without ocking. 5 ex-wives, 3 ex-girlfriends were all BPD. I am a fixer, you see, and attracted to them as I can help them help themselves. It has been 35 years of therapy. Best friend is a therapist. Now it is my turn. Granted, it is the end of times, 7-8-yo, but I still am enjoying being single and taking care of me. Been doing it for 15 years, and it is nice. I'm selfish. I don't want to share myself, my space, my time, my emotions or anything with anyone right now. I just want to enjoy myself, take it easy and worry about me. I would be a disappointment to anyone trying to date me, because I am currently unwilling to put proper effort into the relationship. It wouldn't be fair to them. I am single, own my home and make a decent living, and I am female in a state where the patriarchy is very much alive, so I seem threatening to a lot of people. Also, I'm old enough to not want any casual relationships. Plus I have a busy job, but I'm also pretty happy with my snarky kitty as a companion. So there's that, I guess. It's easier because there's not that risk of them betraying you in one way or another, however, being alone is quite depressing. I feel as though so many people just want to hook up anymore that someone I'd actually be interested in won't be in it for the same reasons, and I won't get married again in time to have kids. I'm 2 months away from giving birth, and I'll be a single mom, because it seems unfair, and once my baby comes I feel I won't be giving the person I'm dating the attention they deserve because it'll be busy with a newborn, trying to figure out this mom life thing. Well, I'm in a phase where I'm not looking for love cause I'm perfectly fine without it, but in the same time I'm not turning down a good chance. The thing is, I really haven't met someone that's managed to gain my interest or attention, so I could give it a chance. So I think the reason is not meeting the one yet. Apathy. I know plenty of people way worse, uglier, poorer and more toxic than me who have relationships, and they just don't make it look rewarding, so I don't seek it out. I recognize that my ideal relationship really just exists in my own imagination, and whenever I'm around actual women, I just get bored. Got out of a serious 5-year relationship about 2 years ago. About a year later I tried getting back into the dating game and got my heart broken. I've dabbled a little since, but haven't found the right person worth making the big jump worth it again yet. I'm sure I will. It's just a matter of time. I prefer my alone time. Besides, my body shape is lacking. I'm not very attractive. Most of my money goes to caring for my parents and grandmother. Most of my time goes to work and assisting with care for my grandmother. I was married, one other long relationship after that, and now I'm alone for rest.